Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The lifeblood of our federal government is its people. And to attract and retain those workers, the federal government has to use every tool and innovation available to build a federal workforce that reflects the people they serve. This country's workforce changed during COVID-19 pandemic, and we should acknowledge and accommodate that rather than pushing to move backwards and holding hearings against it. Evidence shows that federal agencies offering telework and remote work opportunities have expanded their pool of talented job applicants when compared to those who have not offered telework. During a March hearing before this committee, OPM Director Karen Ahuja said that remote jobs posted on the USA Jobs website between June and October 22nd of last year had, quote, 17 times more applications than non-remote jobs, significantly more applications from military spouse eligible applicants as compared to non-remote jobs. That's on average 25.2 applications as opposed to 1.4 applications, a higher percentage of female and minoritized candidates as compared to non-remote postings, and a greater geographic diversity with applications from candidates in 37 different states as compared to just 7 states for non-remote postings. Telework and remote work availability has also opened doors to people with disabilities. Even before the pandemic, the Office of Personnel Management recommended agencies publicize workplace flexibilities, including telework, to make their organizations more attractive to candidates with disabilities and to better retain those employees. And the federal government can do even more to recruit and retain employees from underrepresented groups. Dr. Marangel, what role did telework play at the National Science Foundation during the pandemic?
Because our staff were already familiar with telework and had used telework prior to the pandemic, we were easily able to transition into full telework mode. We didn't miss a beat as an agency. As I mentioned, we processed a record number of proposals in 2021 when our staff were operating at full telework mode.
Why is the recruitment and retention of diverse employees important to the National Science Foundation?
It's incredibly important. It's important for national and economic security of our country. Because we fund science at the cutting edge, keeping us a global leader, we have to maintain our ability to attract and retain the best and brightest at the National Science Foundation. Telework flexibilities are a part of that type of recruitment and retention.
And one last question very quickly. Has the National Science Foundation's telework policies allowed the agency to have broader outreach to stakeholders? More specifically, did it find that telework helped expand the agency's hubs?
Yes, absolutely. Because we have one central location in Alexandria, prior to the pandemic, we had done a lot of travel to states, which was somewhat limited. Because of the new technologies and flexibilities, we've been able to over tenfold increase our outreach to constituents, especially those that haven't had a track record with NSF.
Thank you. Mr. Gibbs, in documents provided to the committee, NASA said that telework has provided, quote, a tremendous opportunity for NASA to remain competitive in the modern job market, especially when attempting to attract highly skilled employees. How has telework helped NASA stay competitive with the private sector?
I'd like to answer that in a little bit different order,
Please.
if you don't mind, ma'am. I'd like to talk about internships and the impact. One of our missions at NASA is inspiring the next generation of engineers, scientists, explorers that support our nation's interest. Working through the tools we developed or really perfected or got better at, honestly, during the pandemic, we were able to increase our internship opportunity from the 10 geographically located areas to every state in the union. We're able to increase the diversity of those populations. We're able to increase and get participation from across the country. So when you're looking at it from a competitive perspective, starting with interns at NASA, you've changed the pool from that one local geographic area to the entire nation. Our success, our ability to do the great things that this nation asks us to do, to put the first woman, first man of color on the moon, rely on sort of building this incredibly diverse workforce that can accomplish amazing things. So I will tell you, from our perspective, there was opportunity there, and we saw it in our interns.
Thank you so much for lifting up that particular angle and perspective. Workforce diversity fosters innovative solutions and better problem-solving capabilities. As representatives, we should be working to help foster a workforce that most effectively serves our constituents in this nation rather than hindering it like this hearing is attempting to do. Telework attracts individuals regardless of race, location, religion, and it can offer opportunities to those who have disabilities or lives overseas or military spouses or simply need to be near their families. Why would we hamstring our federal agencies by eliminating a powerful tool to recruit a talented workforce that serves our nation? I thank the panel, and I yield back.